We've all done it, walked into someone's home and felt that instant urge to pick up an interesting object, flip through a book left on the coffee table, or examine a curious item on their shelf. But here's something you might not know. Those simple actions could be crossing invisible lines that run deeper than mere politeness. In today's fast-paced world of constant sharing and casual boundaries, there are still three sacred objects in people's homes that should remain untouched, no matter how tempting they might be. These aren't just random rules of etiquette, they're gateways to understanding human nature, respect, and the profound connections we share with our personal spaces. What I'm about to share with you isn't your typical list of social do's and don'ts. These insights come from years of studying human behavior, ancient wisdom, and the hidden language of personal spaces. By the end of this video, you'll understand why certain objects in someone's home carry weight far beyond their physical presence. You see, every home tells a story, but some chapters of that story aren't meant for casual browsing. The three objects we're about to discuss might seem ordinary at first glance, but they hold secrets, memories, and meanings that most people never consider. Some of these insights might surprise you, others might challenge what you've always believed about being a guest in someone's home. Stay with me, because understanding these boundaries isn't just about avoiding awkward social moments. It's about becoming someone who truly grasps the deeper currents of human connection and respect. What you learn today might completely change how you view personal spaces and, more importantly, how others view you when you're in their homes. Let's dive into these three sacred objects and why touching them might cross lines you never knew existed. Behind every displayed object lies an intricate web of memories, far more precious than gold or silver could ever be. Family heirlooms, weathered photographs in delicate frames, small trinkets perched on mantels, each carries stories spanning generations, whispered through time like sacred secrets. Most striking among these treasured possessions are items that might seem unremarkable at first glance. A chipped teacup, perhaps, or a worn leather wallet tucked away in a drawer. These objects transcend their physical form, becoming vessels of cherished moments, preserved in time through careful protection. When guests carelessly handle these items, they risk disrupting more than just physical arrangements. They're inadvertently tampering with carefully preserved memories. Take vintage photographs, for instance. Beyond their obvious sentimental worth, many contain irreplaceable moments captured in time, snapshots of loved ones long gone, celebrations never to be repeated, milestone moments that shaped entire family histories. Fingerprints on these delicate surfaces don't just smudge the image, they slowly erase pieces of someone's personal history. Seemingly simple, decorative pieces often mask profound emotional significance. That modest ceramic figure might be last birthday gift from a departed parent. Those slightly faded concert tickets could mark night two souls first connected. Even items appearing purely ornamental might serve as anchors to pivotal life moments, their true value known only to their keeper. Objects passed down through generations carry particularly potent emotional resonance. Each scratch tells story. Every imperfection marks passage of time spent in loving hands. These items don't merely represent family history. They embody it, holding within their worn surfaces countless touching, tender, or tragic moments that shaped entire lineages. Modern society often dismisses physical objects as mere possessions, but this overlooks their deeper role as memory anchors. In a world increasingly digital and ephemeral, tangible items connecting us to our past become ever more precious. They ground us, remind us who we are, where we came from, what shaped us into who we are today. Handling such items without invitation shows more than mere impoliteness. It demonstrates fundamental misunderstanding of objects' sacred role in preserving personal and family narratives. Each careless touch risks damaging not just physical object but fragile threads connecting someone to their most treasured memories. Beyond obvious breakables lies subtler territory, items whose value isn't immediately apparent. Handwritten notes tucked into book corners, pressed flowers between album pages, small trinkets arranged just so. Their placement often follows private logic, meaningful patterns known only to their owner. Disrupting these arrangements, however slightly, fractures intimate systems of personal meaning. This extends beyond obvious display pieces to items tucked away in corners or cabinets. Simply because something isn't prominently displayed doesn't diminish its potential emotional significance. In fact, some most precious possessions are kept carefully stored, protected from casual view precisely because of their profound personal importance. Most poignant aspect of sentimental items lies in their irreplaceability. Unlike modern possessions easily duplicated or replaced, objects imbued with personal history stand unique. No identical replacement could carry same weight of memories, same accumulated history of moments and meanings. Once damaged or lost, that specific confluence of object and memory can never be fully restored. Moving forward through our exploration of sacred boundaries, we'll discover how seemingly simple actions can ripple outward, affecting not just physical spaces but emotional landscapes carefully cultivated within homes we visit. Moving deeper into private spaces, personal libraries stand as intimate portraits of intellectual and spiritual journeys. Each dog-eared page, every handwritten note in margins, tells story of thoughts developing, beliefs forming, and wisdom growing through years of careful study and reflection. Marked passages in books speak volumes about moments that touched souls, changed perspectives, or offered comfort during difficult times. These highlighted lines and underscored words aren't merely references. They're footprints of someone's inner transformation, marking precise moments when ideas took root and began reshaping entire worldviews. Private journals hold particularly sacred status among written materials. Opening one without permission crosses more than social boundaries. It violates deeply personal space where raw thoughts, unfiltered emotions, and private struggles find safe harbor. These pages often contain vulnerable reflections never meant for outside eyes, serving as trusted confidants through life's most challenging chapters. Handwritten notes tucked between pages carry special significance too. Old letters, hastily scribbled thoughts, or carefully preserved correspondence, each represents frozen moments of connection, preserved between pages like pressed flowers. Disturbing these intimate artifacts risks destroying delicate, emotional ecosystems carefully maintained over years. Reading materials arranged on shelves often follow deeply personal organizational systems. What might look like random arrangement actually reflects careful curation, books grouped by life periods, emotional resonance, or private meaning, rather than conventional cataloging methods. Disrupting these arrangements scrambles intimate mental maps years in making. Marginalia, those seemingly casual notes scribbled alongside text, often contain most intimate dialogue between reader and author. These annotations reveal raw reactions, document evolving thoughts, capture moments of profound realization. They transform mass-produced books into unique repositories of personal growth and intellectual development. Book collections themselves tell stories about their owners' journeys through life. Worn spines indicate frequent revisiting of beloved passages. Coffee stains mark late-night reading sessions. Sticky notes peek out from pages, marking moments of inspiration or challenge that shaped someone's path. Each book represents not just content between covers, but hours spent absorbing, questioning, and growing through engagement with ideas. Study materials deserve particular reverence. Notebooks filled with careful annotations, textbooks bearing highlights from years of learning. These aren't merely academic tools, but records of intellectual development. They chart progress through challenging concepts, document breakthrough moments, preserve hard-won insights that shaped professional paths. Professional documents, though seemingly impersonal, often contain sensitive information extending beyond their owner. Client details, business strategies, personal notes from meetings. Accessing these without permission potentially compromises not just privacy but professional trust and relationships built over years of careful cultivation. Digital passwords or access information jotted down in notebooks might appear trivial but actually guard entire digital lives. What looks like random numbers on scrap paper might protect financial accounts, personal communications, or professional resources. Casual glances at such information risk compromising multiple layers of carefully constructed security. Poetry or creative writing notebooks occupy especially sensitive territory. These pages often contain raw emotional expression, unfiltered creative attempts, vulnerable artistic exploration. Reading them without invitation violates sacred space where ideas take earliest, most fragile form before they're ready for any outside audience. Religious or spiritual texts bearing personal annotations reveal intimate faith journeys, questions wrestled with, comfort sought, wisdom gradually accumulated through years of spiritual exploration. These marked passages often map terrain of soul-searching and divine connection, territories far too personal for casual exploration. Throughout history, great thinkers have recognized books as more than mere information vessels. They're companions on life's journey, trusted friends offering guidance, comfort, and challenge when needed most. Personal libraries thus become more than collections. They're carefully curated life companions, each chosen for specific resonance with owner's path. As we continue exploring boundaries within others' homes, recognizing sanctity of written materials helps foster deeper respect for private spaces where minds and souls grow through engagement with ideas preserved in print. Sacred objects scattered throughout homes carry profound spiritual weight, transcending mere decorative purposes. Small altars tucked in corners, prayer beads draped over bedposts, religious texts placed on special cloths, each represents deeply personal connection to divine realms and ancestral traditions passed down through generations. Meditation cushions bearing impressions of daily practice speak to intimate moments of spiritual communion. Every worn spot, every faded pattern tells story of countless hours spent in contemplation, marking spaces where inner transformations quietly unfold away from worldly distractions. These objects aren't just supports for practice, they become infused with energy of focused intention and devoted use. Prayer mats, carefully rolled and stored between uses, hold more than physical impressions. They contain echoes of countless supplications, hopes whispered in pre-dawn darkness, gratitude offered at day's end. Within their fibers lie memories of moments when hearts opened fully to divine presence, making them far more than simple floor coverings. Religious statues or icons, whether prominently displayed or subtly placed, serve as physical bridges between material and spiritual realms. Each one chosen with careful consideration, often marking significant moments in faith journeys or commemorating profound spiritual experiences. Touching these objects carelessly disrupts invisible but powerful energetic connections, carefully cultivated through years of devotional practice. Crystals and stones arranged on windowsills or shelves might appear decorative but often serve as anchors for spiritual protection, healing intentions, or manifesting prayers. Their placement usually follows sacred geometry or energetic principles, creating subtle matrices of spiritual support throughout living spaces. Moving them disturbs carefully constructed energetic foundations, supporting entire households. Family religious heirlooms carry particularly potent spiritual significance, often serving as physical links to ancestral lineages and traditional practices. Rosaries passed down through generations, ceremonial objects inherited from spiritual teachers, sacred texts bearing annotations from departed loved ones. These items connect current spiritual practices to ancient wisdom streams flowing through family lines. Ritual objects, even when not in active use, maintain their sacred status. Ceremonial bowls, blessing implements, divination tools, Each holds residual energy from countless sacred uses, making them inappropriate for casual handling or inspection. Their power doesn't diminish between uses but remains active, requiring respectful treatment at all times. Altars, whether elaborate or simple, represent incredibly intimate spiritual spaces where daily devotions unfold. Every object placed there serves specific purpose in personal spiritual practice. Incense holders marking prayers offered, candles burning with specific intentions, sacred images focusing meditation. Disturbing these arrangements interferes with carefully maintained spiritual frequencies. Sacred texts deserve particular reverence, especially when bearing personal annotations or bookmarks. These aren't merely books, but companions on spiritual journeys, their margins often filled with insights gained during profound moments of revelation or understanding. Each marked passage might correspond to specific prayers answered or guidance received during difficult times. Meditation tools like singing bowls, drums, or bells contain more than their physical properties suggest. Regular use in spiritual practice imbues them with specific frequencies, making them instrumental in achieving particular states of consciousness. Casual handling risks disrupting these carefully cultivated energetic imprints. Prayer beads worn smooth through daily use carry impressions of countless mantras, becoming more than tools but partners in spiritual practice. Each bead holds memories of prayers whispered, intentions set, divine names repeated with devotion. Their arrangements and placement often follow specific spiritual principles requiring preservation. Ceremonial clothing or objects, even when appearing purely decorative, often hold deep spiritual significance. Shawls used for prayer, head coverings worn during ceremonies, special garments reserved for holy days. These items maintain their sacred status even when not in active use, requiring careful respect for their spiritual purpose. Essential oils, or sacred herbs placed near spiritual objects, often serve specific ceremonial purposes, their scents and properties chosen to enhance particular aspects of spiritual practice. Moving or touching these disrupts carefully maintained aromatic environments supporting meditation, prayer, or ritual work. As sacred boundaries continue unfolding before us, honoring spiritual objects teaches profound lessons about respecting unseen but powerful forces shaping lives within homes we visit. These items serve as physical anchors for invisible but vital connections between material and spiritual realms, deserving utmost respect regardless of whether we share same beliefs or practices. Stepping into someone's home opens doorways into sacred spaces where memories, wisdom, and spiritual connections interweave into delicate tapestries of personal meaning. Through exploring these three categories of untouchable objects, profound truths emerge about respect, boundaries, and human connection. Sentimental items scattered throughout homes might appear simple at first glance, yet each carries weight of countless precious moments, family histories, and emotional resonance impossible to replace. Those vintage photographs, seemingly modest trinkets, and family heirlooms serve as physical anchors securing memories across time, making their preservation vital to maintaining personal and familial narratives. Written materials reveal intricate maps of intellectual and spiritual journeys, with every highlighted passage and margin note marking moments of growth, revelation, or transformation. Personal libraries transcend mere book collections, becoming carefully curated companions bearing witness to life's most profound chapters. Private journals and notebooks hold raw emotions and vulnerable reflections deserving ultimate protection from casual intrusion. Sacred objects stand as bridges between physical and spiritual realms, their power extending far beyond visible properties. From prayer beads worn smooth through devotional use to carefully arranged altars marking spaces of divine communion, these items maintain active, spiritual connections, requiring deepest respect regardless of our own beliefs or practices. Most striking lesson emerging from examining these boundaries involves invisible threads connecting physical objects to profound human experiences. Every item touched by time and memory becomes more than its material form, transformed through personal significance into irreplaceable treasure. This understanding fundamentally shifts how we move through others' spaces, replacing casual curiosity with deeper appreciation for sacred nature of personal belongings. Beyond mere politeness, respecting these boundaries demonstrates emotional intelligence and spiritual maturity. It shows recognition that homes contain not just physical objects, but carefully preserved ecosystems of memory, meaning, and connection. Moving through these spaces with awareness transforms us from mere guests into honored witnesses of others' sacred spaces. Acting with such consciousness elevates ordinary social interactions into opportunities for demonstrating profound respect for human experience. It acknowledges that every home contains invisible temples where memories are preserved, wisdom accumulated, and spiritual connections maintained through physical anchors we might otherwise overlook. This awareness carries forward, enriching future visits to others' homes with deeper appreciation for sacred nature of personal spaces. It transforms us into more considerate guests, more empathetic friends, more conscious participants in shared human experience of creating and maintaining meaningful connections through physical objects. Ultimately, respecting these boundaries isn't about following arbitrary rules, but about honoring profound human need to maintain physical connections to our most precious memories, accumulated wisdom, and spiritual practices. Through conscious choice to respect these invisible lines, we demonstrate understanding that transcends mere social etiquette. Moving forward with this knowledge allows transformation of everyday interactions into opportunities for demonstrating deeper respect for human experience. It elevates simple act of visiting someone's home into chance to honor sacred spaces where life's most meaningful moments find physical anchor points through carefully preserved objects. If this exploration of sacred boundaries has shifted your perspective on personal spaces, take a moment to engage with this video through likes and comments. Share your own experiences respecting these boundaries or times when deeper understanding of objects' significance changed how you moved through others' homes. Subscribe to this channel for more insights into human nature, respect, and conscious living. By building community around these understanding, we create ripples of positive change, extending far beyond individual interactions into broader cultural appreciation for sacred nature of personal spaces. Together, we can cultivate deeper respect for invisible boundaries shaping human experience, transforming how we move through world as guests in others' sacred spaces. Like this video if these insights resonated with you, subscribe for more wisdom about conscious living, and share with others who might benefit from deeper understanding of these sacred boundaries. Until next time, move gently through others' spaces, remembering that every object you encounter might hold worlds of meaning invisible to casual observation. May this awareness guide your steps and enrich your interactions as you navigate sacred territories within homes you visit. Thank you for joining this exploration of sacred boundaries. Don't forget to activate notification bell to stay updated with more content dedicated to elevating everyday interactions into opportunities for demonstrating profound respect for human experience.